This is rotational motion, and in this first problem, from a circular disc of radius r, a square is cut out from the one edge with the radius as its diagonal as shown in the figure. The distance of the center of mass of the remainder of the center of mass of the disc. Now, let us say this is the center. So, this is the square that was removed from this one, whose radius is r, that means radius of the circular path is r. Here, if this portion is removed, then the center of mass actually for this disc will be here, but as the mass is removed from right side, center mass will move towards the left. So, what is the distance of the center of mass? Now, here in these type of problems, xcm is equal to m1 x1 minus m2 x2 by m1 minus m2. But here masses are not given, only the radius is given. We know that density is equal to mass by volume. In place of mass, you can write density into volume, density into area into thickness. So, in place of mass, you can write rho A T, where rho and T are constant. So, m directly proportional to A. So, in place of m, what I am going to write? A1 x1 minus A2 x2 by A1 minus A2. What is area of the first disc? Pi r square into the center of mass of the original disc was at origin. So, let me take it as 0 minus what is the area of this is square plate. Now, here it is given that the square plate is having a length r, that is a distance between the two opposite vertices are r. Now, if it is r, this will become r by root 2. So, this is also r by root 2. So, what is the area of this one? Area is given by r by root 2 into r by root 2, that is r square by 2. So, here I am writing r square by 2, and what is the center of mass of this one? From here to here r, so this will be r by 2. So, this will be r by 2, that is the distance of the center of mass for that square, by area of this one pi r square minus r square by 2. So, this will be 0. So, this will be minus r square by 4 into r by here r square you can take common. So, this will be pi minus 1 by 2. Here r square get cancels. So, this xcm, that is distance of the new position of the center of mass, will be in numerator we have r by 4, in denominator we have 2 pi minus 1 by 2 or 2 by 2 pi minus 1. 2 1s or 2 2's cancel. So, xcm will be r by 2 pi minus 1. Here I got minus value. Why? Because this is moving along negative x axis. So, the correct option is r by 2 of 2 pi minus 1, that is option 3 is correct. In problem number 2, a uniform rod of length is bent at the center to make L shape. So, actually the length of a uniform rod was L, but it is bent into a L shape. So, the distance of the center of mass from its center. So, this is the center. So, center of mass will lie outside the rod here, L shaped rod. Now, here if the total length of this rod is L, so this length will be L by 2 and this is also L by 2. Let me take this center at origin. So, this is x axis, this is under y axis. Now, here also xcm is given by m1 x1 plus m2 x2 by m1 plus m2. The length is only given, masses are not given. So, we know that mass is equal to density into volume, that is density into volume means area into thickness here. So, mass directly proportional to area. Here area of this one is given by this into this. So, here I am going to use the same condition here. So, mass of this one, if the total mass of this one, let us say if it is m, this mass will be m by 2. This mass is also m by 2. So, here I am writing m by 2. What is x value here? So, from here to here, this is the center of mass of the first portion. So, this is L by 2. So, this will be L by 4. L by 4 plus m by 2 second portion, and this one as it is along y axis x coordinate is 0. So, x coordinate is 0 by total mass of this rod is m. So, this will be 0. This is ml by 8, ml by 8 by m. So, this is L by 8. This is xcm. Similarly, if you take ycm also, this is also equal to L by 8. Now, this center of mass of this one is L by 8 and L by 8 from here to here. So, this is L by 8, this is L by 8. So, I need this distance. So, that distance, center of mass distance from the origin. So let me take this as L is equal to root over XCM square plus YCM square root over L by 8 whole square plus L by 8 whole square. So this is 2L by 8 whole square under root. So you can write this as root 2 into L by 8 or L by 4 root 2. So the answer is option 3, L by 4 root 2. In this problem, forces 15, 10, 12, 9 are acting along AB, CB, DC, DA respectively square of ABCD. So this is a square and the vertices are A, B, C, D and the forces acting are along AB. The first force is AB, that is 15 newtons. Second one is along CB, that is from C to B. This is 10 newtons. Along DC, that is D to C, this is 12 newtons. And the last one is D to A, so this is 9 newtons. Now they are asking us to find out the algebraic sum of the moments about the center of the square. Here the center of the square is this much and the side of the square is 6 meters. So this is 6 meters. So for each and every force, the distance of that force and this point is 3 meters. Because to find out that movement, we need force into the perpendicular distance between the force and that point. So here if you observe this diagram, this is a clockwise, this is anti-clockwise, this is anti-clockwise, this is clockwise. We know that anti-clockwise torque is positive and clockwise torque or momentum is negative. Now the movement is given by the sum of the movement, or simply movement is given by force into the perpendicular distance between the force and the point of application about the point. Now here what I am going to write, the total sum of these movements is given by F1R1 plus F2R2 plus F3R3 plus F4R4. But what is F1? This is clockwise, so minus 15 into 3. And this is anti-clockwise, plus 10 into 3. This is also anti-clockwise, 12 into 3. But this is clockwise, minus 9 into 3. You can take 3 common, minus 15 plus 10 plus 12 minus 9. This is 3 into, this is 22, this one, so 2 minus 9. This is 22, 15 plus 9, 24, so it will be 2, so this will be 6. Even though you get minus here, minus 6, but minus 6 is not given, so you take option 2 is correct. In 4, the ratio of density of materials of two circular discs of same mass, masses are same and their thickness are same, is 2:3. That is rho 1 by rho 2 is equal to 2 by 3. What is the ratio of moment of inertia of their natural axis? So the moment of inertia of a circular disc is given by mr square by 2. So this is mr square by 2. Here the masses are same. That means what is I1 by I2? Moment of inertia of first disc by second disc is equal to m r1 square by 2 by m r2 square by 2. To get cancelled, masses are same. So the answer is r1 by r2 whole square. But in this problem, the radii are not given. So instead of their densities are given, we know that density is equal to mass by volume. So density is equal to mass by volume. As their masses are constant, density inversely proportional to volume here. But as it is a circular disc, this is circular disc, that means it has some area and it has some thickness. Their thickness is also same. So this is radius r, this is thickness t. So what is the volume of a disc? Volume of a disc is given by pi r square into t. Now I1 by I2 is given by R1 by R2 whole square. I need R. Here as the ratio of the radii, these densities are 2 by 3. So in place of this I can write V2 by V1 is also equal to 2 by 3. Why? Because as their masses are equal, density is equal to volume. So rho 1 by rho 2 is equal to V2 by V1, which is equal to 2 by 3. But what is the volume of the second disc? Pi R2 square t by pi R1 square 3 is equal to 2 by 3. their thickness are same. So, let me cancel thickness. Here pi pi get cancelled. So, this is R2 by R1 whole square is equal to 2 by 3. Here you see I1 by I2 is equal to R1 by R2 whole square. This is R2 by R1 whole square. So, this is a reverse 3:2. So, what is the ratio of the moment of inertia means? The answer is 3:2. Option 2 is correct. Fifth one, a thin circular ring. So, this is a ring of mass m and radius r is rotating about its axis with a constant angular velocity. So, this is the velocity of this ring omega. Two objects each of mass m are attached gently to the ring. So, here I kept one, here I kept one more here, which are having small mass m and m. Two particles are gently placed there when it is rotating without touching this ring. Now, the ring now rotates with an angular velocity. So, this is a law of conservation of angular momentum. I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2. What is I first? The moment of inertia of a ring is given by mr square into angular velocity. Initially it was omega. After placing these two, the moment of inertia will become mr square plus this, due to this at center of this one. This is mr square plus mr square into omega 2. So, this is for first one, this is for second particle. Now, this equation can be written as mr square omega is equal to, here r square common, r square m plus 2m into omega 2. R square get cancelled. I need omega 2. So, omega 2 is equal to m into omega by total mass of the ring into mass of the two particles. So, the answer is m omega by m plus 2m. So, the option 3 is correct. In sixth one, a uniform rod PQ of length L is hinged at one end. So, here it is hinged here, at P it is hinged. The rod is kept in the horizontal position by a massless string there. This is the string. And if the string is cut, the angular velocity of the rod after an angular displacement of 30 degrees. Let us say if the string is cut here, this will reach this position, but the displacement, angular displacement is 30 degrees. So, what is the angular velocity in this position? Here, whenever this body is released here, it will rotate about this point. So, it will have angular velocity. So, we will get angular kinetic energy which is given by half I omega square. The initial kinetic energy was 0. Why? Because it was at rest. So, after that it is slowly moving. Now, similarly, the change in kinetic energy of this one is due to the change in potential energy. So, what is the change in kinetic energy? Half I omega square. What is change in potential energy? mg into h. Here, this is the center of mass, this is the initial position of center of mass. So, here let me draw this. This is L by 2, length of this rod is given as L. So, let me take this as L by 2 and this angle is 30. So, what is the decrease in the center of mass of this one? So, I can take this as sin 30 is equal to h by L by 2, that is 1 by 2 is equal to h by L by 2. So, h is equal to L by 4. So, the decrease in height is L by 4, half into moment of inertia of any rod about its end is ml square by 3, that is ml square by 3 into omega square is equal to mg. Decrease in height is L by 4. You can cancel this L and L here, then m and m here. So, this is L by 6, omega square is equal to g by 4. You can cancel 2 and 3 here. So, omega square is equal to 3g by 2l. Our angular velocity in that position is 3g by 2l. So, option 3 is correct. Seventh one, a cylinder has the same moment of inertia about an equatorial axis as well as its own axis. So, this is a cylinder. The cylinder is having same moment of inertia about its equatorial axis as well as its this is equatorial axis, this is its own axis. So, moment of inertia is same in both cases. What is the moment of inertia of the cylinder about this axis? Let us say this is along y, this is along x. So, here I y is given by, here the cylinder is not given whether it is solid or hollow. So, always you consider solid. So, this is m r square by 2. Similarly, about this equatorial axis, this is given by m r square by 4 plus, if the length of this one is L, this will be m L square by 12. Now, these two are said to be equal. So, what I am going to write, I x is equal to I y, m r square by 2 is equal to m r square by 4 plus m L square by 12. If you bring this one this side, this will become m r square by 12 is equal to m L square by this. 4th is cancel, get cancelled. They need a ratio between length and radii. So, length and radii, so if this 3 comes here, 3 will be L square by R square, or L by R will be root 3 by 1. So, L is to R is equal to root 3 is to 1. So, the answer is option 1, root 3 is to 1. Number 8, a particle of mass 4 kg is projected with a velocity of root 2 by making angle 45 with horizontal. So, this is the horizontal line. By making angle 45 degrees, a body is projected with a speed of or velocity root 2. The magnitude of the angular momentum of the particle about the point of projection. This is the point of projection. Let me take it as O. When the particle is at maximum height of its path. So, this is a projectile. So, this is the maximum height. So, when it is here, what is the moment of inertia about this point O? Now, the angular momentum is given by mass into velocity into the perpendicular distance between the given point and the point about which we are going to find out the angular momentum. The mass is given 4. Here, when the particle is at maximum height, it will have only one velocity, which is horizontal velocity, which is given by u cos theta. So, this is u cos theta, and r is the perpendicular distance between that point and this point. So, this point about this point. So, the perpendicular distance means this is nothing but h max. So, this is u square sin square theta by 2g. So, let me substitute 4, initial velocity root 2, cos 45 is 1 by root 2. This is initial velocity root 2 whole square, that is directly I am writing 2, sin square 45 means sin 45 is 1 by root 2, sin square 45 is also 1 by 2 into g is equal to 10. This 2 root 2 get cancelled. So, 4 by 20 or 1 by 5, this is 0.2 kg meter square per second. Option 1 is correct. In this 9th problem, two identical spherical balls, these are two identical spherical balls having radius r, mass m, each stuck to the two ends of a rod. So, there is a rod whose length is 2r and these two balls are stuck to this one. The moment of inertia of the system about an axis passing perpendicularly through the center of the rod. So, this is an axis. So, about this axis I need to find out the moment of inertia. This, when it is not given, always spherical balls means solid balls only. So, moment of inertia of a sphere or spherical balls is given by 2 by 5 m r square. But what is the moment of inertia of this ball about this axis? We know that from here to here this is r, total length of this rod is 2r, but this rod length, half of the length is r. So, what is the moment of inertia about this sphere about this one? So, I know about this one, this is 2 by 5 m r square. About this means these two are parallel. According to parallel axis theorem, moment of inertia, let us say this axis is y dash. So, moment of inertia about y dash for the sphere is given by using parallel axis theorem. So, you can write 2 by 5 m r square plus mass of this sphere m and distance of this one from here to here, this is 2r. So, this is 2r whole square. So, this you can write 2 by 5 m r square plus m into 4, that is 4 m r square. So, take LCM, 4 5 is 20, this is 22 by 5 m r square. So, this is equation 1. So, this is the moment of inertia of one of the sphere about the two axis. What is the moment of this sphere about this axis? It is also same because the moment of inertia is a scalar. So, the total mi of two spheres about y dash. So, this is given by moment of inertia of total spheres is given by I1, let me take this plus that means double to that value 44 by 5 m r square. So, this is equation 2. So, now the moment of inertia of these two spheres is over, but I need to consider the rod length also and the mass of this rod. Here the mass of the rod is given as m and radius is this length is 2r. So, what is the moment of inertia of the rod about the axis? We know m L square by 12 is the formula. Here m mass, length 2r whole square by 12. That is 4 mr square by 12. 4 mr square by 12 or mr square by 3. Now, the moment of inertia of the entire system about the axis y dash is given by moment of inertia of the two spheres plus moment of inertia of the rod. That is 44 by 5 mr square by 3. So, let me take LCM. This is 15, 5 3s, 3 120, 132 mr square. This is 3 5s. This is 5 mr square. So, answer 137 mr square by 15. Option 3 is correct. 1. Distance of point mass from an axis of rotation decreased by 10%. So, this is the point axis. So, this is the point mass. This is the distance. Let me take it as r. If the distance decreases by 10%, what about the moment of inertia? The moment of inertia of a particle is given by mr square. Here they are asking to compare the ratio, that is I1 by I2 is equal to mass mr1 square by mr2 square. Mass of the particle is not changing, only the distance is changing. So, this I1 by I2 is equal, initially it was r, when r is reduced by 10%. So, r dash or r2 is equal r minus 10% of r. This is 100 r minus 90 r, that is 0.9 r. So, this is 0.9 r whole square. So, this is nothing but 9 by 10 or 10 by 9 whole square. You can write 100 by 81. But how much percent of this moment of inertia decreases here? That means the initial moment of inertia is more. If it is 100 times, this is 81 times. So, what I am going to write, change in moment of inertia by original moment of inertia into 100. That is I1 minus I2 by I1 into 100. So, here if you take the ratios, I1 is 100 something. So, this is 100 minus 81 by 100 into 100. These two get cancelled. So, this is 19%. So, it is decreased here because this is 100, this is 81. So, this is 19% decrease. That means moment of inertia decreased by 19%. The option 3 is correct. In 11th problem, 27 identical small spheres, each of moment of inertia I, combine to form a big sphere. So, what is the moment of inertia of the big sphere about its diameter? We know that moment of inertia of a small sphere is 2 by 5 mr square. That is mass of each sphere is m, radius of each sphere is r. Now, here when we combine all these, we are getting a bigger sphere. The volume of the bigger sphere is equal to 27 volumes of the small spheres. Volume is given by 4 by 3 pi r cube is equal 27 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. 4 by 3 pi, 4 by 3 cancel. So, r is equal, this is 3 cube. So, this is 3 r. That means the radius of this one is 3 times the radius of this one. Now, the moment of this one is given. So, what is the moment of inertia of the bigger sphere here? This is given by 2 by 5 mass of this one and the square of the radius. So, this is given by 2 by 5. Here mass of each sphere, let us say m, mass of this one will be 27 m. So, this is 27 m. Radius of each sphere is here small r, the bigger sphere is capital R, which is given by 3r whole square. You can write this as 27 into m into 9r square. You can see here moment of inertia of the smallest sphere is 2 by 5 mr square. Here 2 by 5 is common, m and r square is common. So, let me take 2 by 5 mr square common. The other terms are 27 into 9, which is equal to 243. So, this will be 243 into, this value is indicated with the letter I. So, the option 1 is correct. 12th problem, a ballet dancer is performing at 120 rpm with her hands outstretched. When she folds her hands, moment of inertia automatically reduces. Here it is reduced by 40%, then her speed of revolution will become dash. So, this is also on the basis of law of conservation of angular momentum. The moment of inertia initially it was I, and the number of revolutions 2 pi f1 is equal, this is I2 This is 2 pi f2. You can cancel 2 pi here. So this moment of inertia initially it was I, and this is 120 rpm. Now here right side it is reduced to 40%. That means remaining moment of inertia is only 60%. So I can write 60% means 0.6 I into f2. So here I and I get cancelled. This is 120 is equal to 6 by 10 into f2. f2 is equal to 1200 by 6. So 200. So the new answer is, this answer is 200. New angular frequency is given by 200 rotations per minute. Two loops P and Q are made of uniform wire. That means both are made of same wire. Radius of P and Q are R1 and R2. Let us say this is a loop P and radius of this one is R1 and this is Q, radius of this one is R2. Now, let the moment of inertia of these are I1 and I2 respectively, and the ratio between these two is given by I2 by I1 is 4 by 1. I2 by I1 is equal 4. Then what is the ratio of these R2 by R1 they are asking. Now, in this problem, the moment of inertia of a ring is given by, mass into square of the radii. Here radius is indicated with a small r. So, let me take this m r square, small r square. In this case, I can write moment of the second ring by first ring is given by mass of the second ring into R2 square by mass of the first ring into R1 square. But what about these masses? Here, both are made of same material. So, what we can say, the length of this first one is 2 pi R1, length of second one is 2 pi R2. To find out the mass, we have mass is equal to density into volume, density into what is the volume of this wire? Volume is pi r square into length. So, this is pi r square. Let me take the radius of this one is r, radius of this wire into pi r square into length 2 pi small r. Pi is constant, radius for both wires is constant, 2 pi constant. So, m directly proportional to r. So, in this case, the mass I am going to write, this is, let me denote with a capital M here, mass directly proportional to smaller as this are constants, even the density is constant. So, in place of M2, I am going to write R2 by R1 into R2 by R1 whole square. I2 by I1 is given as 4. So, 4 is equal R2 by R1 whole cube. So, this is R2 by R1 is equal 4 power 1 by 3. So, they are asking to find out R2 by R1 only. So, answer is 4 power 1 by 3. Option 2 is correct. A circular disc rotating about its natural axis with an angular velocity 10. So, this is a circular disc. It is rotating with the natural axis about its natural axis at the speed of 10 radians per second. A second disc of same mass is joined coaxially. If the radius of the disc is half of the radius of the first one, the first arc. Here I am going to add one more here. The radius of this one is r by 2, but mass are same. Now, what is the new angular velocity of this system? I1 omega 1 according to law of conservation of angular momentum. Initially, before adding this, the moment of inertia of this disc is m r square by 2 into omega 1 is 10. After adding this disc, the moment of inertia is original moment of inertia of this original disc is m r square by 2, and for this one mass is same, but radius is r by 2. That means square of the radius is r square by 4 by this. So, this will become m r square by 8. So, what is the moment of inertia of this system now? M r square by 2 original disc and new disc m r square by 8 into omega 2. Here m r square cancel. This side we will get 5. This is 1 by 2 plus 1 by 8 into omega 2. So, 5 is equal to LCM this to 4s, 8 1s, this is omega 2. This is 5 cancel. Omega 2 is equal to 8 radians per second. Whenever that moment of pressure increases, angular speed will decrease, and the answer is 8 radians per second. Third option is correct. 15. a simple pendulum of mass m, length L, vibrating with an angular amplitude 60. So this is simple pendulum. So it is vibrating angle amplitude of 60 degrees. The torque acting on the bob at the extreme position with respect to the point of suspension. Point of suspension is O. So when it is at extreme position, so what is the torque they are asking? The torque is given by force into the perpendicular distance. So what are the forces acting on this one? Here, the force which is acting perpendicular to this length is given as L. So the force acting here, this is mg. This will be mg cos theta and this will be mg sin theta. So this is the restoring force. So I am going to write this as mg sin theta into this length is L. So this is mg into root 3 by 2 into L. This is root 3 mg L by 2. So option 3 is correct. 16. A force F acts on the highest point of a sphere of mass m kept on a rough horizontal surface. This is a rough horizontal surface and a sphere is placed on this one whose mass is m and radius is r. So this is a sphere and a force is acting on this one. How much force is acting? F at the highest point of this one, F. Now the radius of this one is given as r, mass of this one is small m. If the sphere rolls without slipping, the acceleration of center of mass of the sphere is given by, remember students, when it is a when it is rolling, that means it is having translatory as well as rotatory motion. So this is rotating with some angular velocity omega. At this point of contact, so here it is moving in this direction, so friction should be in this direction. In general, if the body is moving in one direction, friction should be opposite. But here, the entire body is moving in this direction. At the point of contact, it is rolling backwards. So friction will be in the forward direction. So what is the net force acting on this sphere? That applied force as well as the frictional force is equal to ma. Net force is equal to mass into acceleration. Now, at the point of contact, V is equal to R omega. And if you differentiate this one, you will get A is equal to R alpha. You can write this one. So in place of A, you can write R alpha. So capital F minus small f is equal to m into this. I can write R alpha. Let me take equation 1. Now, if you take moments about the center of this sphere, here this is a F into this R. So movements or the net torque is equal to F into capital R, and this is opposite minus F into small r. So we know that torque tau is equal to I alpha capital F minus small f into r. So based on this one, I is equal to moment of radius of the sphere, which is given by 2 by 5 m r square into alpha is equal capital F minus small f into r. Here r and r get cancelled. So the second equation is capital F minus small f is equal, this is capital F minus small f is equal 2 by 4 m r alpha. 2 by 5 m. So let me take m small only here. So let me take this as a small m, because in the problem also it is given as small m. So this is small m r alpha. This is equation 2. And if I see these two equations, if we add these two, capital F and small f get cancelled. 2f is equal, this is m r alpha 1 plus 2 by 5. So 2f is equal to m r alpha 5 plus 2, 7 by 5. They are asking what is the acceleration of this one. Here, in this case, r alpha is nothing but acceleration. So 2f is equal to m into r alpha is acceleration, a into 7 by 5. So now cross multiply, 5 2s are 10f by 7m is the acceleration produced in this case. So option 1 is correct. 17. The most important model in rotational motion. A solid cylinder and a hollow cylinder, both of the same mass m, same mass and the same external diameter, are released from the same height at the same time on an inclined plane. So this is an inclined plane. From the inclined plane, one solid cylinder, one hollow cylinder are released from same height, let us say h, and they are traveling a distance L, let us say angle of inclination is theta. Now both roll down without slipping, which one will reach the bottom first. So, to find out this one, we need to find out the time taken by those objects to reach this point, that is from A to B. So, they are released from A. So, how much time they will take to reach point B? Let me take this point as C. So, in this case, when they are coming down, initially they have potential energy, and when they reach this point B, the potential energy will become 0 and they gains the kinetic energy. So, change in potential energy is equal to change in kinetic energy. This is mgh, that is the decrease in potential energy in this case, is equal to half I omega, so that is rotational kinetic energy, and half mv square. This is the translated kinetic energy, because they are rolling, so they will have both rotational as well as translated kinetic energy. So, mgh can be written as half, I can be written as mk square. Here solid and hollow solids are given. So, in general I am writing no definition as mass into square of the radius of gyration. Omega is equal to V is equal to R omega, or omega is equal to V by R. So, this will be V square by R square plus half mv square. mgh can also be given as, now you can see half mv square common, half mv square common, half mv square common, 1 plus k square by R square, m and m get cancelled, this will become 2gh. So, V square is equal 2gh by 1 plus k square by R square, and V is equal to root over 2gh by R. In this same problem, they may ask you to find out the velocity on reaching point B. But what is the acceleration in this case? If you take this one, V square minus u square is equal to 2as, final velocity is 2gh by 1 plus k square by R square, because root and square get cancelled. Initially they are released is equal to a, and here length is L, the distance travelled is L. But you can see this sin theta is equal to h by L. In place of L you can write h by sin theta. So, this I am going to write h by sin theta here, h by sin theta, h and h get cancelled. So, this 2 and 2 get cancelled. So, the acceleration is given by g sin theta by 1 plus k square by R square. This is the acceleration, this is the velocity. But in this problem they are asking how much time they are going to take, which will reach the bottom first, means time. So, based on this velocity and acceleration, you can find out the time, because we know V is equal to u plus at. This is root over 2gh by 1 plus k square by R square, which is equal, initially they are released 0. The acceleration in this case is g sin theta by 1 plus k square by R square into time. This I want. To find out this one, I need to bring this one this side. So, time is given by root over 2gh by 1 plus k square by R square. This will come this side, it will become 1 plus k square by R square by g sin theta. Now, this t will be, you can see this one, this is a root over 1 plus k square by R square, this is without root. So, these two get cancelled. This will become root over 2gh into, in numerator itself you will get 1 plus k square by R square under root by, this is without root. So, this is g sin theta. So, the time taken by any body to reach the bottom of this inclined plane is given by 1 by sin theta. This g and this g get cancelled, root g common here. So, root over 2h by g, this is g and g get cancelled, 1 root g will be remaining here, 1 plus k square by R square. This is the equation to find out the time. Here actually they are asking to find out only the time there, but based on this problem they may ask you to find out the velocity on reaching the ground, or the acceleration in the similar case, or they may ask you to find out the time. Now, let me solve this problem by using this formula time. So, in this case, what is the moment of inertia of the solid sphere, what is the moment of inertia of the hollow sphere? If you know this one, if you know the k value for solid and hollow sphere, we can solve this problem. Here 1 by sin theta is common, 2 common, they are falling from same height g. So, it only depends on k square by R square, 1 plus k square by R square. So, T1 by T2 is given by, T1 by T2 is given by root over 1 plus k square by R square for the first sphere by, first sphere is solid. So, let me take this as a solid by 1 plus k square by R square per hollow sphere. If you know this formula directly, you can use this one. Now, here for solid sphere 2 by 5 m r square is equal to m into k square, get cancelled. So, k square bar square is 2 by 5. So, this is root over here, this is a root over 1 plus this value is 2 by 5. Similarly, for hollow this is 2 by 3 m r square is equal to m k square, cancel, this is 2 by 3. You can see this is a 5 ones are 5 plus 2, this is 7 by 5 by this is a 5 by 3. This is 7 by 5 is under root 1.4, this is 5 by 3 1.66. So, which is taking less time here? The solid sphere is taking less time, root 1.4 seconds, whereas hollow sphere is taking root 1.66 seconds. So, the solid sphere will reach the ground first. So, option 1 is correct. In 18th problem, the hoop of radius r and mass m. So, this is a hoop of radius r, mass m. Here mass radius is given as r and mass is given as m. Now, in this case, initially it is having angular velocity omega naught, which is placed on a horizontal surface. So, it is rotating with an angular velocity omega naught. The initial velocity of the center of mass is 0. That means it is not moving at all. That means it is not translating, not moving. Now, but it is rotating about its own axis with an angular velocity omega naught. What will be the velocity of the center if the hoop event ceases to slip? Ceases to slip means it is having this rotational motion now. So, here what we are going to write, I1 omega 1 is equal to I2 omega 2, according to that law of conservation of angular momentum. So, what is I1 and omega 1? I is moment of inertia of this one m r square and omega I is omega naught. But in the second case, as it is moving with some velocity, that is velocity of the center of this hoop, we can write angular momentum is due to translated motion mvr plus the moment of inertia, this means mr square, and new angular velocity, let us say it is omega. Here you can cancel m. So, we can write r square omega naught is equal, this is vr plus this is r square. Omega is nothing but v by r. This is r get cancelled. R square omega naught is equal to vr, and r get cancelled. I need to find out this velocity. So, v is equal to r omega naught by 2. So, the velocity of the center of this loop, if it ceases to slip, is given by r omega naught by 2. Option 4 is correct. One. A circular disc of radius b, that is circular disc radius b, has a hole of radius a. So, there is a hole at center. If the mass per unit area of this disc, mass per unit area is sigma, which is given by here sigma naught by r. When the radius of gyration of the disc about the axis passing through this one is k dash. To find out the radius of gyration, we have this formula. I is equal to m k square, which is given by k is equal root I by m. So, this we need k value. To find out that k value, first of all I need to find out the moment of inertia of this disc. Now, here the mass is not constant, because as the sigma is changing as sigma naught by r here, that is mass per unit area. So, here mass is not constant. So, for this let me take one small strip here. Of radius r and the thickness of this one, let us say this is dr. So, if you consider a small strip here, circular strip of radius r and thickness dr, first what is the moment of inertia of the small strip? This is given by dm into r square. So, di, that moment of inertia is given, what is dm? We know that mass per unit area is given as this much. So, if how to find out mass? Sigma into a. So, dm is sigma into dA, that is area of the small strip, into square of that distance from the center r square. So if you integrate this one on both sides, here you will get the total moment of inertia of the entire disk, which is given by sigma, it is changing or depends on sigma naught by r. And what is the area of this small strip here? Area, circumference 2 pi r, thickness dr. This is 2 pi r into dr, 2 pi r into dr into this r square with the limits, because r is the variable, the lower limit is a, upper limit is b. So the moment of inertia is given by sigma naught is a constant, here r and r get cancelled. So this remaining terms are 2 pi integral r square into dr with limits a to b. So the moment of inertia is given by 2 pi sigma naught, this is r cube by 3 with limits a to b. We can write this as a 2 pi sigma naught b cube minus a cube by 3. This is the moment of inertia. To find out I need moment of inertia. Now, what is the mass of this disk? So here itself let me write, the mass of the disk is given by integral dm. This is integral, mass is equal to sigma into a. This is a sigma into dA, which is given by sigma naught by r, and a small area, here I have written this as 2 pi r into dr. Same thing let me write here, 2 pi r into dr. Here r and r get cancelled. So this is sigma naught constant, 2 pi constant integral dr with limits a to b. So this mass of this disk is given by 2 pi sigma naught, integral dr is r with limits b to a will be b minus a. Now let me use this I value here and m value here, let me substitute in that equation. Then the radius of gyration in this case is given by root over I by m, which is given by I is here 2 pi sigma naught b cube minus a cube by 3 by, this will be 2 pi sigma naught b minus a. This and this get cancelled. This is a root over 1 by 3 b cube minus a cube by b minus a. We know that b cube minus a cube is equal to b minus a into a square plus b square plus ab. So this will become a square plus b square plus ab. So the moment of inertia of this one is given by root over a square plus b square plus ab by 3. Option 3 is correct. In 20th problem, a particle of mass 20 grams, this is a particle of mass 20 grams, is releases with initial velocity 5 meter per second. The initial velocity here is 5 meter per second. And the curve along the point A as shown in the figure. The point A is at height of h from a point B. So this point is at a height of 10 meter from point B. Now the particle slides along the frictionless surface. It is moving like this without friction. And the particle reaches point B. Its angular momentum about O. This point O will be dash. The angular momentum is given by mvr. Here mass of this body is 20 grams. So 20 into 10 minus 3. And what is the velocity at this point? To find out this velocity, let me use v square minus u square is equal to, that is vb square minus va square is equal to 2as. So this vb square minus phi square is equal to g, they are asking us to take the 10, and s distance travelled is h10. So vb square minus 25 is equal, this is a 200. So vb square is equal to 225, or vb is equal to 15. So this velocity will be 15. And what is the distance of this point from O? From here to here 10, from here to here 10. So total distance is 20. So 20 is 400 into 15 into 10 power minus 3. 15 4s are 60 into 10 power minus 3 or 6. So the angular momentum in this case is 6 kg meter square per second. Second option is correct.